coming to you all post shower. Sorry about that. I suddenly thought, oh, I haven't done my video today, so better get it done. Today I was chatting with my son Ollie, and we were talking. He's finished uni now and looking for jobs, and it's taken him a while, and he'll be the first to say, to sort of get into the groove of doing it. Part of it was, I think, the fact that his last term was completely ruined by the very first lockdown and COVID, and we had to go and get him, and he missed that final term at uni and all the fun of that. So I think he felt a bit like he was missing out on all the fun stuff. And then once lockdowns were released a lot more this year, he's been just enjoying having fun, and which is fair enough. You know, he's 22 years old. But and this is relevant to dieting. One of the things we were talking about today was he was saying that he felt that when you don't do something, when you're not doing something, it's kind of easy just to get stuck in not doing something. But once you start and you create that momentum, then it's easier to just keep going and going and going. And I said to him, oh, there's an analogy there with dieting, isn't there? That you can feel like you want to diet, but you just can't seem to get onto it. And then, like, you know, me 6 months ago, if you told me I'd have lost almost 1.5 stone in 6 weeks, I'd have probably laughed, hopefully, but laughed. And yet here I am 6 weeks, almost 6 weeks into doing TDR, and almost 1.5 stone down. And once I started and made that commitment to start, it was literally just one foot in front of the other. Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. And that momentum creates itself. And then I said to him, I wonder how much of you not starting was because all the while you don't start your job hunting, you can kind of blame the fact that, well, you haven't started to look seriously for being out of work. Whereas if you're working very hard at getting a job, but you can't get a job, then you've got to stop looking to yourself for the reasons, haven't you? And that can be quite a hard reality to face. And again, with that analogy to dieting, I think that one of the reasons that I probably didn't start 6 months ago, say, and what I see in quite a few dieters and clients, is that they say they want to lose weight, but they don't then do what needs to be done to actually lose it. Because if you follow your step 100%, you will lose the weight. Guaranteed. This has been going for 35 years now, this diet, probably more than that now, actually, probably close to 40, developed by doctors, safest way to do it, the quickest way. You know, there's no quibbles, this works. I mean, for goodness sake, I lost 7.5 stone over 8 months. It works. But all the while we faff around with it and don't really fully commit to it, then we can always say, well, I'm not really properly doing it, and so that's why I've not been able to lose the weight, rather than looking to yourself and taking responsibility for your own actions yourself. And that sounds a bit harsh, but actually that's exactly what I was doing 6 months ago. I didn't want to face that responsibility of that only I can do something about this and only I must do something about this. I wanted to blame everything else because it was easier. I wanted to blame my drugs, which to a degree was true, but I still didn't pull back on what I was eating, and I didn't monitor it even more carefully. I wanted to blame my height. I wanted to blame the menopause. I wanted to blame my HRT, all of which are true to a degree. So you can see why I was kind of using those as a reason, but they were completely backing away from my full responsibility for myself and my own actions. I can still lose weight despite all of that going on. I can still lose weight and have lost 1.5 stone. This is not braying, by the way. I'm just saying it as it is. I've lost 1.5 stone now nearly in 6 weeks by sticking 100% every single day for nearly 40 days to TDRA. And I've taken full responsibility for the fact that I've got to do that despite the drugs I'm on, despite the medical condition that I now have, despite the pain that I'm in, I'm still doing it, and I've taken responsibility for doing that. And it was just a really interesting conversation that I wanted to share with you all. It really got me thinking about personal responsibility and how Ollie is now facing that personal responsibility of getting a job, and he's on the bandwagon of doing it. And ditto, I've faced that personal responsibility for my own weight and my own health, and I'm now doing something about it.